This is Sir Jeron, and welcome to my channel, Visual Demo Teaching Presentation. And this video is introduced to you and my entrepreneurship. The objectives is the managing the human resources function. Remember the 4 quadrants of human resources and 8 R's of human resources function. I think you are ready. It's time to begin. Let's start. 4 facts, 1 word. Examine the following features. Identify the word. Which the best? Describe all of them pictures. It is 11 little words. What is the correct answer? Correct, the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. Basically, entrepreneurship is the process that a person, while an entrepreneur is a one willing to take the risk to start up a business in order to make profits. There are many people misunderstand that successful entrepreneurs are born. In fact, it's opposite. Entrepreneurs can be trained to learn entrepreneurial knowledge and skill, such as managerial skills, marketing skills, and entrepreneurial attitude, courage, tenacity, innovative, risk takers are some of the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur. They are very important as they create more employment. Entrepreneurs can also two characteristics. First, entrepreneur versus entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurs are people that notice opportunities and take the initiative to mobilize resources to make new goods and services. Entrepreneurs also notice opportunities and take initiative to mobilize resources. However, they work in large companies and contribute to the innovation of the firm. Now, we have the also definition of entrepreneur, basically the entrepreneurship. So, we have the 2 characteristics of entrepreneur. We have the entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. Now, let's start to begin the managing the human resources function. We have the 2 objectives of the human resources function. Managing the human resources function. People are the lifeblood of any enterprise, and yet not enough attention is given to human resources management, or HR, by most organizations. The 4 quadrants of the human resources function. First, strategic, system, operational, and people. We have the 2-dimensional of human resources function, vertical and horizontal. And vertical, we have the strategic, operational. And horizontal, we have the system and people. We have the 4 quadrants of human resources function and 2-dimensional of the human resources function. The 4 quadrants, we have the 4 angles. We have the quadrant A, quadrant B, quadrant C, and quadrant D. And now, the quadrant A represents the strategic system, a combination and highlights the human resources functions of aligning the human strategy, instructors, and system. And now, quadrant B is the systemic operational function of human resources. Quadrant B is the programmatic management of human resources function, as it performs the 2 major roles administratively assigned to human resources. These are the hiring and the placement of people in the organization. Quadrant C is the operational people dimension of human resources. Quadrant C defines the human resources function as it realizes the people to give their very best to the organization, while it packages the organizational purposes and commitment down to each and every individual. Quadrant D of the human resources management follow the footsteps of Quadrant A because a significant change in the institutional and human resources strategies must be accompanied by the difficult transformation process of Quadrant D. This quadrant is the people strategic dimension of human resources. The strategic system of human resources function of organizational diagnosis and design inevitably leads to organization. Quadrant D introduced two additional human resources processes, retooling and recycling. Retooling endeavors to fill the quantitative and qualitative gaps. And now, these figures are the four measures of human resources function. So, human resources can also be divided into the system component, formal processes, and procedures to manage people. And its people dimension, how to elevate people performance and productivity. If we put the strategic operationals dimension along a vertical and lines in the system people dimensions. Along the horizontal dimensions, along the vertical dimensions, lines, the four quadrants of the human resources function is illustrated its figures. And now, let's proceed from the next discussion. We have the 8 R's of human resources. We have the 8 R's of human resources is included the four quadrants of the human resources. So, within the deficit of the human resources, we have the rewarding, routing, resonating, recruiting, retooling, retaining, and recycling. So, let's start now from the next discussion. The first 8 R's of human resources are recruiting. Recruiting is many human resources advisors and consultants often advocate that organizations should hire for attitude, develop for competence. They are simply revising the mindset of human resources practitioner who screen applicants according of human resources to their resumes and skills already. So, recruiting is except for a few highly technical jobs. Organizations have the capacity to develop the competence, skills, and knowledge of workers through job immersions and appropriate training program. The second 8 R's of human resources is routing. Routing. Organizations who desire to optimize the value of people over the long haul should have a good routing strategy. The more versatile and flexible the recruit is, the more opportunity he or she has for assuming multiple roles in the organization. The word versatile is the greater and more versatile, the more relevant and the more applicable are the recruit's intelligence. Using the theory of multiple intelligence for the organization, the more vertically and laterally mobile the recruit would be, the more pronounced the leadership qualities of the recruits are, the greater than the human resources returns would be for the organization. The third 8 R's of human resources is retaining. Retaining. Retaining people or retention is being able to hold on to people provided a company wants to keep them in the first place. Retaining is a quiet and expensive and deficient to recruit and train people only to lose them to competitors. The fourth 8 R's of human resources is resonating. Resonating. To resonate is to be in tune with or to reverberate with an organization that resonates with people and their employees who resonate with their management are likely to have goal congruence. Finally, resonating is about empowering people. Empowerment is a big word. Essentially, it means that people are able to author their own plans and program, have access to resources, and be in control of the implementation. The fifth 8 R's of human resources is reviewing. Reviewing. Reviewing people is to measure and evaluate their performance with the organization goals in mind. So, performance goes beyond the effort exerted by the employee. Performance measures the actual output and results in outcomes delivered by the people because they are competent, committed, and highly participative. The sixth 8 R's of human resources is rewarding. Rewarding. Rewarding is concerned about compensating, investing, and recognition employees for the work, loyalty, and accomplishment. So, rewarding is incentivizing and recognizing employees for the work. It includes both monetary and non-monetary benefits. And the 7 8 R's of human resources is retooling. Retooling. Both new recruits and old-timers need retooling in order to meet the performance expectation of their organization. So, retooling people is not just about improving the capabilities. It is also about orienting them to the new directions of the enterprise. It is likewise about changing attitudes and behavior, creating a healthier corporate cultures, and adopting more responsive approach to greater customer service. Retooling is a continuous process of organizational development. And the last 8 R's of human resources is recycling. Recycling affords the people the chance to jobs or event career. So, recycling is more possible in an organization that provides education and training opportunities outside those given for existing job requirements. The tools and techniques of operations management and service delivery are shared by the organization to enable various units of organization to improve the work process. At the end of the lessons, the learners will able to identify the entrepreneurs and explain the 4 quadrants of human resources and define the 8 R's of human resources function. Did you know that? If you learn of my discussion, let us proceed to my test exam activity. Let's proceed to the test exam activity. True or false? Number 1. Strategic operational are your horizontal dimension. The answer is false because the strategic operationals are the vertical lines dimension. Question number 2. Strategic, system, operational, and people are the 4 quadrants of human resources. Correct. The answer is true. Question number 3. 4 quadrants of the human resources are function of people, system, strategic, and operational. Correct. The answer is true. Question number 4. Quadrant B are the combination highlights of strategic and systemic. The answer is false because quadrant A are the combination highlights of strategic and systemic. Question number 5. Quadrant D are including the retooling. The answer is true. Question number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Enumerate the 8 R's of human resources. The answer are recruiting, routing, retaining, resonating, reviewing, rewarding, retooling, and recycling. Question number 14, 15. Give the 2 characteristics of entrepreneurship. The answers are entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. Thank you for watching and learning.